What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be going over what you should be bringing to the Sports Card Nationals and what you should be doing ahead of the Sports Card Nationals. So if you plan on attending the Sports Card Nationals, stick around because this video is going to be best for you. First thing you gotta do is you gotta look up your card's values. Figure out what cards you want to bring to the Nationals first, right? Whether you're too deep into it and you shouldn't bring it because you don't want to sell low, or maybe something you're into it low and you want to try to sell it high. Figure out what cards work best for you in your sports card journey by figuring out what's the value of your cards that you want to bring. Obviously, you want to be around comps, so that's what other people are going to look at, right? So try to figure out what the recent comps of your cards are before you attend the Nationals, whichever day you attend, right? But look up the most recent comps possible, the night before, the morning of, whenever it is. Have an idea of what your card's value is going into the Nationals. So this is something that you should do prior to attending. Another thing you should do is you should do research on the current landscape of certain players or even a sport, right? With the football off season currently here, but winding down soon, have we seen an uptick in the sports card market for football cards? Because over the past couple months, football has been fairly low. With basketball's off-season in full swing now, with the exception of some free agent signings and trades, the basketball landscape is fairly low. So is it a good time to buy basketball now, or is it a good time to sell basketball? You got to figure that out. Do some research on the current market. Again, do some research on what players you have. Say you have Jason Tatum, Mac Jones, Luka Doncic, and even, Trey Lance. Try to figure out who's selling at the current moment and who's selling high. Maybe you want to bring those to the Nationals, or maybe you want to try to keep the ones that are selling low at home. And if you have an idea of who's selling good and who isn't selling good, you'll have an idea if the price you see or the value you're getting from somebody is a good number or bad number, because you've done your research on figuring out on who's trending up and who's trending down. The last thing I think you should do prior to the Sports Card National is conduct any prior deals ahead of time. Whether you're trying to sell to get as much money as you can before you go, whether you're trying to buy so you have a lot of trade assets ahead of the show, or maybe you're just trying to finalize some deals because you want to bring certain players to the Nationals because you think they'll sell well at the biggest stage. Do those deals ahead of time to prepare yourself so you're not carrying any possible dead weight around, extra cards you don't want to bring, or just cards that have been sitting in your collection, your case, have been sitting in your collection or case for a long period of time that you don't think will sell at the National or move at the National, but you think will do well locally ahead of the Nationals. So conduct some deals ahead of the Nationals to help prepare yourself for the Nationals. What should you be physically bringing to the Sports Card Nationals? Well, first thing you need to bring is a backpack to store your cards in, or you could even use a carrying case, whichever you prefer. I personally prefer a backpack just because I keep some of my camera equipment in there. I keep my money in there as well, along with my notepad, which I'm going to get into. But you can do the same thing with a carrying case. I just prefer to carry it over my shoulders rather than physically walking around with it in my hand. The next thing that you should bring to the Nationals is a notepad of sorts. You can use your phone for this as well, but I like to physically have a notepad that I can jot down the prices of cards at certain tables, so I can either do some math pen to paper, I can have an idea about it, I can come back to it at a later time during the show, just because I don't like jumping on deals right when I first walk in. So if I walk into the first table, I don't want to spend all my money, but what I will do is I will jot it down, like, okay, here's this Jason Tatum, RPA, PSA 9 at this table, and I might come back to it. And if it's gone, it just wasn't meant to be, but if it's still there, I was able to refer to my notes and bring myself back to it. So again, you can do this on your phone, but I prefer to have a hard copy of it. That's just my personal opinion. But either or works. Now this is one that I like to do because I have a business, and people with sports card accounts on social media can do this as well, or even other businesses. But business cards, you got to bring business cards so you can connect with other people outside of just a phone number. Everyone has social media these days, and everyone uses social media for sports cards. So being able to further conduct a deal. Maybe you're not able to finish a deal right there at the show. Maybe you can take it to Instagram and try to work out the kinks there. Or maybe you can connect with someone else so you can make a deal in the future. However, you're not going to know the other person's information and they're not going to know yours unless you bring some business cards, which I think is a very essential necessity when you're attending the Nationals. And the last one that I think that is kind of obvious is you got to bring some cards, man. Like, whether they're graded, patches, singles, autos, whatever it may be, you got to bring some cards. And I'm also going to lump in money into this one as well. You need to bring assets. Whether it's cards or physical money, you need to bring assets in order to make deals. Whether you are buying or trading, you need to bring some form of assets, something to make deals with or make, deals meet. You go into a sports card show, you're probably better off bringing some sports cards with you, or even TCG cards, or any kind of cards when you're attending an event like this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope this video was beneficial, informative, and helpful for your sports card journey. And if it was, please make sure you smash the thumbs up button, as I would greatly appreciate the love and support. Comment any thoughts, questions, comments, concerns down below in the comment section. Did I miss something that you need to do before the National? Maybe I missed something that you should be bringing to the Nationals. Let me know down in the comment section. I can't wait to read and reply to any and all comments. But please, please, please consider that giant red subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate the love and support that way as well. If you enjoyed this video, you're definitely going to enjoy this video right here that I do strongly believe is going to be excellent for your sports card endeavors. So hopefully, I'll see you there.